In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 2011 Australian housing market, where we are today in 2021, and where the market is going in the next 10 years, and 2031 is just over the horizon. We're going to look at the major capital markets in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth. We're going to run through some quick numbers of where those markets have started, where they are now, and what's expected to happen to those markets over the next 10 years. So to kick off, let's begin with Sydney. Before we jump into this video, I'd just like to shout out Ben Sherman for sending me a couple of shirts. It's really cool. You can check out Ben Sherman on Instagram and you can buy their clothes online or in store. Let's jump into the video. Now, Sydney has seen an increase in dwellings of 15.6% and an increase in housing prices of 12% from 2011 to 2021. The prices have rose across that market a whopping 67% over the last 10 years. Melbourne has also seen massive growth over this time period, with 21% increase in dwellings and a 20% increase in the population. This has led to property prices rising 47% over the last 10 years as well. Now, Sydney and Melbourne have been the boom markets over the last 10-year period, and they're expected to continue to grow, with multi-million-dollar suburbs becoming the norm in these capital cities. Brisbane is the next strongest in terms of growth, and it's seen 15% growth over the last 10 years. Adelaide has performed similar to Brisbane over this time frame, with a 22% increase in house prices over the last 10 years, and Perth of these markets has performed the worst, with weak house price growth of only 2%. So Sydney and Melbourne have seen the best of growth over the last 10 years, and Brisbane and Adelaide have been well-performing markets, with Perth lagging behind due to the mining and infrastructure reliability that its city has on those resources. Now, where do we see the market moving from 2021 into 2031? Australia's population growth has stalled currently due to the coronavirus going around at the moment. But immigration is expected to open up, and over the coming years, all major markets are expecting population growth. Now, you have to weigh this up with new development applications and developers increasing the supply of property here in Australia. So in the short term, population growth is set to stall, but over the next period of, say, 3 to 7 years, the population is considered to rise drastically here in Australia from immigration opening back up once borders have settled and the virus is also under control across the world. The other big factor to consider is the undersupply in the Australian market for housing. Australia has been in a long-term undersupply for affordable housing, and development applications will continue to roll in from major players in the property market to continue to develop the supply line for houses and apartments. Now, the fact of the matter is that there can't really be any more houses built in a close proximity to major metro markets. That land is already built up, and therefore demand for it is going to continue to increase as wages slowly increase and the government continues to print money and push it into the Australian market. Now, as Sydney and Melbourne have experienced this massive growth over the previous 10 years, I see the more regional and smaller markets doing well in this second half of the property cycle. With Brisbane and Adelaide seeing moderate growth, I expect those markets to perform well. And with Perth not seeing a lot of growth over the last 10 years, I see that market doing really well over the next 10 years out to 2031. Australia's major regional markets will continue to perform well, with the tree change and sea change becoming a popular phenomenon through the work from home movement with the coronavirus. But in my personal opinion, these secondary major capital cities will be your safest play in terms of seeing consistent and long-term growth in the Australian market from 2021 to 2031. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts of the Australian property market and where you see it going over the next 10 years. I'd love to have a chat with you down in the comments below. If you could leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel down below, that'd be awesome. It really helps the channel grow, and we're trying to reach a goal of 1,000 subscribers this year in 2021. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.